Hi, folks. Welcome to week 5. We're looking at light and matter this week, and we've got a couple of new labs that you can choose from. Now, as usual, you're also welcome to do any of the labs from earlier weeks that you haven't already done. So, any of those week 3 or week 4 labs that you haven't done and would like to give a try, you could certainly do that. But this week, we have a couple of labs that explore how we can measure and use light. So, first of these is the spectroscopy lab. And in the spectroscopy lab, you're going to be making your very own spectroscope. And this is what it looks like. It's a little box you can make out of paper or cardstock, and there's a template in the lab. Um, it has a little slit down here in the front, and that's where the light comes in. And then there's a viewing hole here where you can look through. And then you put your own DVD or CD in the box. We'll slide in a little slot here, and there you go. That's a spectroscope. And what a spectroscope does is it takes the light that comes in and breaks it up into its component colors so you can see that. So what might look like a white light, really you get to see the full rainbow that produces that. So the way it works is you just point the little viewing slit here at your light source, look through the eyepiece, and you'll see a little rainbow on the surface of your CD or DVD. And notice it's got to be the shiny side's got to be the one that's sticking up when you do that. And so then what I recommend you do with that is go explore different light sources. We recommend checking out a few, and you can do ones in your house, or you can go outside and see what street lights are like, or maybe try some of the lights in a commercial area, some of the advertising lighting, for example, and see what types of light they're actually using. And you can do that. You can identify the type of light source from the pattern of lines you see, the pattern of the rainbow. So that's a fun one to go out and try. It's a pure exploration lab. You got a lot of freedom in terms of what you choose and how you do it. So give that a try. See what you find. The other lab is called Beyond the Visible. And with that lab, you're going to be looking at light you can't see, mostly infrared and radio light. So the first part of the lab is a video that I want you to watch. Um, you actually should start by making some predictions about what you expect to see if you look at the world in the infrared. This is the part of the spectrum that objects at room temperature emit light in. So this means you'll be seeing the light that things glow with based on their temperature. So I want you to predict what you expect to see if you look at the world in the infrared. What do people look like? What do animals look like? What other things? What does it pass through? What does it not pass through? And then watch the video and see what you actually see. And no, it doesn't get marked wrong if your prediction was wrong. But I do want you to recognize those differences and see what you learn from that. That's the whole point of that exercise. And once you've gotten used to thinking about the world on other parts of the spectrum, then I want you to do an exploration experiment. And with the exploration experiment, I want you to see if you can measure and test and see if you can affect the non-visible light that is used by objects around you in your home. And there are a lot of things that do that. Garage door openers, for example, often use that. The remote for your television, or if you've got a cordless phone, and especially things like computers and cell phones uh, often use not just one, but several different types of radio light. So, for example, common cell phones nowadays have 3 different parts of the of the radio spectrum that they use. There's one part that is the Wi-Fi connection, another part that is a Bluetooth connection, and yet another part that is the connection to the cell towers. And so I want you to see if you can affect that connection to these other things. And you do that by looking at whether how good of a signal you're getting, for example. And you can see if you can block it. Can you use glass or aluminum foil or cardboard or the walls of your house to block any of these signals? Or will a mirror reflect the signal? These are the kinds of things, that you can try different materials, different thicknesses of materials, and really, once again, make some predictions. See what you expect to find and why, and then go out and test it. See if you can actually affect the signals that are based on non-visible light that are used by objects around you in your home. So those are the options for this week. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll see you next week.